morning and welcome to Kids Church. My name is Jolie and I'm so happy you're here to join me today. Before we begin with our lesson, let's start off with a song, so get ready to sing. Welcome back, guys. So we're going to continue with the book of Psalms, and today's psalm is Psalm 32. Blessed is the one whose transgressions are forgiven, whose sins are covered. Blessed is the one whose sin the Lord does not count against them, and in whose spirit is no deceit. When I kept silent, my bones wasted away through my groaning all day long. For day and night your hand was heavy on me. My strength was sapped as in the heat of summer. Then I acknowledged my sin to you and did not cover up my iniquity. I said, I will confess my transgressions to the Lord, and you forgave the guilt of my sin. Therefore let all the faithful pray to you while you may be found. Surely the rising of the mighty waters will not reach them. You are my hiding place. You will protect me from trouble and surround me with songs of deliverance. I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my loving eye on you. Do not be like the horse or the mule, which have no understanding, but must be controlled by bit and bridle, or they will not come to you. Many are the woes of the wicked, but the Lord's unfailing love surrounds the one who trusts in him. Rejoice in the Lord and be glad, you righteous. Sing, all you who are upright in heart. So let's review Psalm 32 so we can better understand what David is talking about. In verses 1 through 2, he's talking about blessed is the one whose transgressions are forgiven, whose sins are covered. So transgressions and sins basically mean the same thing, that it's going against the rules of God. Basically, the acts that he tells us to do, that's what sins and transgressions are, is doing the opposite of it, doing some bad things. He says, blessed is the one whose sin the Lord does not count against them, and in whose Spirit is no deceit. So deceit means to conceal the truth. So this person, this blessed one he's talking about, he's saying that this person's sins and transgressions are forgiven by God. But not only that, they're being truthful and revealing to people that they are followers of God and they love God. They're not being deceitful towards the Lord. They have no problem telling people that they love God and they're followers of God. In verses 3 through 4, he's talking about how he feels of remembering all of his sins and transgressions. He's talking about all his strength is disappearing like the heat of summer. When you're outside and you're hot, you feel tired and you feel like you have no energy. This is what's keeping him up at night. Have you ever had a moment where you rethink all the things that happened that day and it's keeping you up at night? Or maybe you're scared or you're thinking about a test, or maybe you did something wrong and you just can't sleep. This is what David is talking about. So his sins are keeping him up at night, just thinking about how he did those bad things. Next, in verses 5, he says, "Then I acknowledged my sin to you and did not cover up my iniquity." So iniquity is bad behavior, immoral behavior. "I said, I will confess my transgressions to the Lord, and you forgave the guilt of my sin." So he came to a realization that even though he couldn't sleep at night and he was remembering all of the sins that he committed, he went to God and asked for forgiveness. So it almost hit him like a light bulb. Why am I thinking of all these bad things at night when I have the best God, the best Father in my life, that all I have to do is come to him, say I'm sorry, and he will forgive me? That is all we have to do. Then he says in verse 7, "You are my hiding place. You will protect me from trouble and surround me with songs of deliverance." So now he's thinking of all the positive things that anytime he catches himself in that situation of being up all night and thinking of all these bad things, God is there to deliver him from these thoughts, and he's there to protect him from any trouble. He also says in verse 8, "I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my loving eye on you. Do not be like the horse or the mule, which have no understanding, but must be controlled by bit and bridle, or they will not come to you." So this to me is God speaking to us to tell us that he is there to instruct us and teach us if we ever fall off our path. And he's going to counsel us. He's going to make sure that we understand what we're doing and we do not feel alone. We don't feel lost. So he's comparing us to a horse or a mule that need other people to direct them. He does not want us to be lost or to follow other people. He wants us to know that he is in charge and we are the ones that are followers of him. He also says in verse 10, "Many are the woes of the wicked, but the Lord's unfailing love surrounds the one who trusts in him." He's saying that God is there for those who trust in him, not the wicked people. He is there to trust in his loyal followers. And lastly, in verse 11, "Rejoice in the Lord and be glad, you righteous. Sing, all you who are upright in heart." So he's reminding us how the Lord is there for us. He's there to be righteous. He's there for us to sing and to rejoice and to remember our happiness, that we are forgiven of our sins. And that's what makes God so amazing. He doesn't give up on us. He's there to forgive us each time and show us his unconditional love. So I hope you guys liked Psalm 32 and get ready for our activity. Hey guys, so today we're going to be doing a footprints craft. So you're going to need crayons, scissors, a marker, and one piece of paper. So we're going to draw 2 feet. So I'm beginning with the toes, and the 2 big toes are going to kind of touch one another. It's going to look like they're connected, and just try the best you can. As you can see, my feet did not come out perfect, but that's okay. Next, we're going to look at Psalm 32 and write verse 8. So I'm putting the first half on one foot and the second half on the other. So the first foot says, "I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go." And the second foot says, "I will counsel you with my loving eye on you." Next, we're going to cut the feet out. Make sure the feet stay connected at the big toe. Now we're going to make 2 holes on each big toe. So I'm just taking one of the sides of the scissor to do this. Make sure you get some help from a parent so you don't cut yourself. So the next part is if you don't have any string like myself. So we're going to use the rest of the paper, and we're going to use the long side of the paper to cut out one strip, which would be our pretend string. So again, if you have any string in your house, you can go ahead and use that. And we're going to put this through the 2 holes of the big toe and make it so that we're able to hang it on a doorknob. So I hope you guys had a great time making Psalm 32's activity. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!